Hello, and welcome to my epic guide on how to buy a home for first-time buyers in British Columbia. Buying a home can be an exciting but overwhelming experience, especially for a first-timer. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you through the process. And as a special note, make sure you stick around because I have a free bonus that I am offering just for you. Let's get started. Step 1. Determine your budget. Isn't this the first thing I mentioned in so many videos? Definitely, because it is so important. You need to know just how much you can afford to spend on a home. There is no sense in wandering around looking at all these amazing homes only to discover after the fact, once you find the perfect one, that you can't afford it. This is disappointing for you, it's disappointing for your family, and anyone else involved in the process. And should you get as far as actually getting your offer accepted and then you're just waiting for financing to go through, but then it doesn't? Ouch, what a loss. But that doesn't have to happen. If you plan out your budget beforehand and don't be too generous, you can be well and truly prepared to be looking at homes that are well within your means. Consider your current income, expenses, and savings, as well as any potential changes to your financial situation in the future. This will give you a realistic idea of how much you can afford to spend on a home. You don't want to go too high either. Just because you can afford a home that is hanging out near the top of your budget doesn't mean you should. That said, if you have planned your budget accordingly, you haven't capped out at the very top of what you can afford, if you're smart, the top of your budget will actually be below the real top of your budget, if you know what I mean. Capping out before you hit that limit, so that should any unforeseen expenses come up, you have the room to take the hit. Also, don't forget to account for closing costs when you budget out that purchase. Closing costs will add up to approximately 1.5% of the purchase price. This money does not form part of your loan and will need to be paid up front. Closing costs include things like property transfer tax, which may or may not apply depending on if your home choice is eligible for the BC government's first-time homebuyers program. The link for this will be provided in the description if you'd like more information. Legal fees, such as a lawyer or notary, are also included, along with the fees associated with the home inspection, which we will discuss later on in this video. As long as you account for these factors when determining your budget, you should be right as rain. Step 2. Get pre-approved for a mortgage. This would be the other first thing that I say in a lot of my videos. It goes hand in hand with our budget plan, as we just discussed. Once you've determined your budget, this will be your next move. This will give you a clear understanding of how much a lender is willing to lend you and at what interest rate. You can shop around for the best mortgage rates and terms and work with a mortgage broker or lender to find the right fit for your needs. Definitely do some homework here. Don't just go with the first mortgage broker or bank who jumps in your lap. If they've been referred by a trusted friend or advisor, great. Maybe the work's been done for you. But otherwise, 1000% vet your options. There are some fantastic mortgage brokers out there, and there are some duds, like any business. You want someone who's going to go the extra mile for you and work in your best interest. Additionally, you may want to consider a mortgage broker over a bank. Banks usually have a precise bottom line they have to meet, and at the end of the day, they often can't purely look out for your best interest rate that you could achieve. Mortgage brokers have a bit more freedom to shop around by comparison to potentially get you a better rate. If you would like my personal recommendations for excellent choices for a mortgage broker, feel free to reach out to me by phone or email and I will be happy to help you out. I do this every day and I have a couple of real pros on speed dial. This is not my super special bonus offer, by the way. You gotta keep hanging out for that. Moving on. Step 3. Find a real estate agent. Once you have your budget and mortgage pre-approval in place, it's time to start house hunting. Woo! This is either your favorite part or your worst nightmare. Some people love going around and seeing new places, and other people absolutely hate it. Whatever your speed, work with a real estate agent who specializes in helping first-time buyers. This will make the process so much easier for you. They can guide you through the process, show you homes that fit your criteria, and help you negotiate the best deal. This part doesn't have to be such a headache either. Hiring a realtor can be a scary move, but if you choose carefully, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. How do you choose? Easy. First and foremost, and arguably most important, pick someone that you vibe with. I've said this in other videos too, but it cannot be stressed enough. Don't pick an agent just because you saw their billboard up on a common highway or their face on a bus bench. Do some homework first, as always, and make sure you get along with your agent. Buying a home can be the biggest decision of your life, and you don't want to share it with someone that's going to make it a rotten experience. Pick someone you wouldn't mind sharing a coffee with to start. For another, if you know someone this particular agent has helped, ask them. Word of mouth is a strong teller. If they have nothing nice to say about this agent, you might want to reconsider. That said, everyone has an off day. You do, I do, and maybe that was theirs. At the end of the day, you go with your gut. If you like them, genuinely like them, they just may be the agent for you. Step 4, house hunting itself. Yay or nay, depending on your perspective. When you're house hunting, consider the neighborhood amenities that are important to you, as well as the size and style of the home that fits your lifestyle. If you're thinking about growing your family over the next few years, you're going to want to think about number of bedrooms, for example, and definitely the number of bathrooms. If you've ever lived in a home without enough bathrooms available, you know what I'm talking about. Some people really love their bathroom time, they stay in there forever, but that's not so fun for everyone else in the house. Also, take the time to view multiple properties before making a decision. If you happen to find that perfect option on day one, great, all the power to you. But most of the time it really doesn't happen that way. 9 times out of 10, there are pros and cons to every property that you view. The yard might be small in one, but it has a great garage, while the other has an amazing yard but the world's smallest bedrooms. It would be smart to narrow down and differentiate your must-haves and your wants and make this part easier to sift through. Finally, it's also a good idea to attend open houses in the neighborhood that you're interested in to get a feel for the area and the style of houses it contains. You can attend open houses without your agent present, but it is always a good idea to go together so that your agent can field any questions or concerns that you may have about any particular property that you decide to view. Step 5. Conduct a home inspection. Once you've found a home that you're interested in, it's important to conduct a home inspection. This needs to be emphasized out the wazoo. Important. Recall that this was mentioned earlier as one of the closing cost considerations. You may be thinking that skipping this will be a good way to save some money. No. Do not skip this process. Not unless you're prepared to deal with the consequences, which can be significant. The home inspection is designed to give you an idea of the condition of the home and any repairs that may need to be made. If you skip this, you are essentially agreeing to buy a home in as-is condition, otherwise known as buyer beware. There could be anything wrong with a home, from health issues such as mold or asbestos to safety issues such as electrical shorts, frayed wires, crumbling staircases, or even worse, in my opinion, pest control. Do you know what critters might be living in your attic? I don't, and I don't think I want to find out the hard way. The cost of rectifying any surprise issues can be vast and add up to far more than the inspection itself. If the home inspection uncovers some giant issue, it can be a big red flag for purchasing the property in the first place. It will give you an out if the home doesn't meet your criteria, such as purchase subject to home inspection. And of course, a home inspection can also help you to negotiate the price of the home. If there are certain repairs you want completed as part of the contract, that can often be arranged, or vice versa. You can use something like a needed repair as a reason to knock a bid off the listing price. Overall, a home inspection can save you a lot of money. It is worth far more than its upfront fee. Do not skip this. Step 6. Making an offer, otherwise known as the holy grail of home buying. It means you are ready to buy, which is so exciting. If you're happy with the home inspection, it's time to make an offer. Your real estate agent can help you draft a strong offer that includes any conditions you need to protect yourself, such as a financing condition or a home inspection condition, as previously discussed. Now, making a strong offer is something of an art form. Negotiating it is another. This is where your agent will truly be invaluable, especially if you've chosen well. Your agent will go to bat for you. This doesn't have to be aggressive either. Who enjoys that? Really. It just makes it so much more stressful all around. If your agent is good at their job, this will just be a polite back and forth conversation. The other agent in favor of their client, and your agent in favor of you. Be prepared to compromise a little bit. In any negotiation, there has to be some give and take. If I do this for you, perhaps you'll consider doing this for me. Make sure you know your non-negotiables and the things you're willing to be more flexible on. By the way, we're almost there. My special gift for you is related to this topic, so stay tuned. You are in the home stretch. Step 7. Closing the deal. If your offer is accepted, congratulations. It's time to close the deal. This is the easy part. Nevertheless, your real estate agent and lawyer will guide you through the process of transferring ownership of the property and completing the paperwork. If you've had everything up to this point prepared and ready to go, this part will go smoothly. You have your budget sorted out, including those pesky closing costs. You have your pre-approval rate set, your purchase conditions met, and you're satisfied with your negotiation results? Well then, big congrats to you. Short of a freak windstorm dropping an entire tree on your brand new home, that's not likely. Don't worry, not in BC anyway. This process should go off without a hitch. You made it! I have a super special gift for you. You are awesome. Thanks so much for sticking around. I have for you a free guide on 5 great ways to strengthen your offer on a home. Epic, right? The offer's the hardest part, and I want to make it as easy for you as I possibly can. All you have to do to get this free resource is follow the link in the description box. This will take you to a landing page where you will be prompted to enter your information. Make sure your info is correct and so that your guide reaches you without any issues. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!